Hello, good morning.
Good
Do
morning.
do introduce yourself and let the readers know what you do, what you represent.
My name is Stephan Eloise Gras, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Africa for Tech.
And what is Africa for Tech?
Africa for Tech is a platform, international platform of talents that brings together innovators, corporate and academic and scientists from across the globe around the idea around digital innovation in Africa.
Hmm. Around digital innovation in Africa, why the interest in Africa? Why
Because
not Europe? Why the interest in Africa?
because we think that the way innovation has happened the past 10 years is showing us that tomorrow's model is Africa for innovation and digital innovation. Basically, to be more specific, mobile money has raised a whole range of new uses and services. And what we call the African leapfrog, the technological leap, is redefining completely our relationship with technology and in all its aspects.
Well, what are some of the since you have an interest in Africa and you are not African, what are some of the innovations you've seen in Africa that you think people should look out for? That you think people should look out for. Some of the innovations that I think people should look out for.
So there's many innovations that we've seen recently coming a lot from mobile services in the energy sector. So the most famous, such as M-Kopa, which is already big and at an international level. It shows that what's happening is really a redefinition of all stakeholders within one sector. So to be more specific, I would say that some of the things that I've seen in the energy sectors were really, really impressive. There's a startup called Suna that is doing some sort of like urban lamp, solar panel urban lamp that can later on bridge and bring a whole range of services, so from education to payment, bills payment, and so it's called pay as you go. So in pay as you go and energy, I think there's a lot of innovation that are happening. There's another startup in Nairobi called Paygo Energy that is a sort of like the equivalent of M-Kopa in the gas sector. Then in the health sector, there's this startup called Gifted Moms that does amazing, very simple things. Basically, I think that if you look at the simplicity of the mobile services that are emerging in Africa and responding to very fundamental needs, you find some difference. It's not the innovation that Western people will be maybe, struck by because it's not as sophisticated, but to me, it's because it's really responding a fundamental need again that it's the more disruptive. So I think we should be looking at next. We should be looking at all what's happening in the education sector and also what's happening within the mobilities. So all the way people all the services that are associated with the necessity to be mobile in Africa. So drones, if you take car sharing, carpooling, if you take all these and all the data that is being produced, I think we will have some amazing surprise. So education and mobility, yes, I think it's.
Let's talk more about Africa for Tech. Why did you and your team organize the first edition of the bootcamp?
Why
The
the
team,
first
the edition? Yes.
So we wanted to do something a little crazy. I think we didn't want it to run an event, but rather a sort of prototype of what the school tomorrow school could look like. So a mobile campus with a lot of activities happening, everything horizontal, and everybody sharing knowledge within their own, bringing their own expertise, and willing to share it by solving concrete project and concrete challenges. My idea was that we need to redefine the way we learn, and that because of what I just said about the future of digital innovation being more frugal, responding to fundamental needs, responding to climate change, the constraints of climate change. And I think for that, we need also to redefine the way we collaborate and the way we learn from each other. So that's why we wanted to bring some very different people from corporate, academic, and startups, and make them agree, have them work on a mutual consentment on what the problems are, by us suggesting what the problem could be, and then giving them a methodology for working together on that and finding a solution.
So, would there be another boot camp in the future?
I hope so. I think so. Yeah, there will be many bootcamps, actually. We're thinking that what we want to provide by being a platform is not creating just our own, like, let's say, a new incubator, or maybe not now, but what we want to do is really work with local ecosystem and bring the expertise and all the intelligence within that international platform. So by bringing together, by curating the right people, by understanding what the problems are, we can actually help some local ecosystem and plug our knowledge and our methodology to local ecosystems. So there will be more bootcamp, at least in 2017. Beginning of 2017, we're thinking of maybe organizing a bootcamp on the edtech sector in South Africa, probably. There will be some activities also in Ivory Coast around mobilities and smart cities, probably, or the future of cities in Africa.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.